Welcome to another Self-Love Conversations. My name is Gloria Ward, and today we are going to talk to a wonderful business coach, which we need, ladies, because most of us within this 2023 have goals of starting a business, have goals of taking leaps and stepping out there. And so today we are going to talk to Marta Sauret-Greca. Did I say that right?
Marta Sauret-Greca, but it's okay. Nobody gets it right. This time, the
She,
people call me Greta. They just take the first, the last, they merge it together. It's fine.
And like I said, I've been trying to get myself together to say the name because I know it's like I'm gonna ask you where you from, but it's like if is there a
My
way
podcast, I'm like, just your first name.
you say it with an accent, no accent, I don't know, right? But ladies, we have a wonderful woman who's going to join us today, and she's going to talk about minimalism. She's going to talk about being your best self. She's going to talk about how you can get out there and really, live your passion and your dreams. So, Martha, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. The first thing, I would want to know is, why a business coach? Why did you get into um, this particular field to help people?
I always had it in my heart. I started my professional entrepreneur journey as what I was a photographer. It's basically what I was, photographer, videographer, and then I'd be a graphic designer and a web developer. And what I noticed is that I loved the most was managing the clients in terms of the connection that I had with them. It was just such high vibes when I was talking to them. I was making them feel good. They were excited when they saw the product, but I really didn't love like the tech mumbo jumbo. I wasn't like the best video editor. I was a pretty good photographer. I still am, I'd say, but everything else I just kind of did because I thought that that's how I could make money. People would ask for it, I'd do it. I'd struggle.
Right,
I'd be up till midnight trying to figure it out, but sure, you want it? I'll do it. Just pay me, whatever you want to pay me, right? And how
right.
many relate to that. So but why I kept doing it was because I really enjoyed, well, first of all, because I needed money. I'm a mom of six now at the time, two, three, four, five kids. My husband also is an entrepreneur. We needed to hustle and we needed to make money. So I just kept doing it. But again, I just kept loving the connection with the clients. And often I would think in my mind, and the reality is what you're thinking in your mind, what's in your heart, God puts there. But what I
Mhm.
would think in my mind and what I would feel in my heart is, God, I'd love to be like a therapist or something, but I really don't want to go back. I already got
Yep.
my degree. I don't feel going to get the
I understand.
licensing. So I don't know about that. But so then I hired a business coach because I was doing all the things, working 24/7, and feeling like I was still broke while working all the time. And I said to myself, I there has to be something better than this. And my other entrepreneur friends who were in the same page were like, you're crazy. This is what entrepreneurship is. It's hustle. It's 24/7. It's dealing with these difficult clients. We can continue to whine and drink wine about it, but you're
Right.
crazy. There's nothing better than this. And I was like, there has to be. Okay, because this sucks. I'm not doing this anymore. And so I hired my business coach, and I really loved how she was able to transform my life. And I thought I could teach others. I run, a media agency. I could teach others how to do their social media and to get more clients. I could do that. And then it evolved into getting more and more certifications in terms of mindset and life and all that stuff because it's all a part of being an entrepreneur. It's a whole holistic approach.
Oh man, I'm sitting here nodding my head and doing all that because, what I hear and what people probably hear is the journey that you get to finding your purpose, right?
Mhm.
And the things that you go through in order to find your own sweet spot. Like
Mhm.
for myself, being in the tech industry, went to school for it, working in it, still have a consulting company, still doing all this stuff. And I'm saying to myself, but I really love doing what I'm doing now, empowering and inspiring women to love and value themselves, right? And I want to be able to travel around the world to go ahead and spread this love and get paid good money for it, right? And so um as we're growing as entrepreneurs and we get to find that sweet spot, it's always good, like when we get into it, to say, okay, well, I don't mind staying up late doing this, right? And I don't mind, working just a little bit extra to do this, because this is kind of like where I feel comfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
When
Yeah.
you finally got into your sweet spot, when you have your media agency and now you're, talking to business people, what are some of the things that you tell them? I know from your website you talk about minimalism and being a minimalist, but what exactly is that?
It's the maximum momentum with a minimal effort. I've gotten to the point now where I am a full-time mom of my 6 kids. And at the time of, let's say 5 years ago, is probably 6 years ago now, is when I had this, like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And at the time, my mom had cancer, and I wanted to be present for her. So it allowed me to have kind of like the permission and excuse to say no to a bunch of things. And
Right.
therein started the minimalism of decluttering the schedule, saying no to things that don't serve you and your family. And then once, that's a whole other story. We're living in her basement because we were gutting a house, we were going bankrupt, and it was really like God's, like, here, your mom's gonna get cancer. You're gonna get to be in the same house as her and your kids. You won't have to choose. It was the best thing ever. And now that she passed this past year, I'm so grateful that I was able to have, multiple years with her, with my kids,
Right.
just being together all the time. So that's what minimalism is prioritizing what is important to you and what you want to do, and decluttering out the rest, decluttering the time suckers, the mind bogglers, the energy drainers. And I am at the point now where I probably only work, let's say, part-time in my company. I've built a team. They're wonderful. They get their time freedom as well. They get to be present with their family as well. And I get to work when I want to work on what I want to work, how I want to do it.
Mm-hmm. And I, my mind is saying, how in the world do you do that, right? Where without feeling guilty, because me as an entrepreneur, like even today, just being an example, my day was done at 1 o'clock and I was looking for stuff to do. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? I was looking for stuff to do because I'm saying it's too early.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I should be doing something else. Well, I know I have a laundry list of things to do, but I'm like, should I start working on this next project, or what, should I actually do something else? Or maybe I should clean up, then maybe I should do this. So I exhausted my mind to the point where I fell asleep. And then I got up. And then I got up and I was like, okay, well, you do have something to do now, right? Because, you have to do this interview and everything. How do you help entrepreneurs kind of get out of that mode? Because it it's kind of challenging to do that, because we're so uh, uh brainwashed to believe that if you're not hustling or struggling or moving, that things are not just working out for you. You're not working hard enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like to remind clients that it's in the spaces and the quiet that you actually create your biggest momentum forward, because those are the
Mm.
you are calm and you're decluttering out the noise again with the minimalism, so that you're able to feel and hear the divine and what is meant for you and what your next steps are. And so if I was all the time micromanaging my team and let me hurry up and do this, and I got to get there real quick, then I wouldn't have the bandwidth to have the ideas, the solutions, and all that stuff. And don't even get me wrong when I say that, because basically every week we have a meeting with my team and I say to them, hey, we're facing this. What do you guys think? What do you think we should do?
Right,
And
right.
or somebody from my team will bring me a problem, which is an opportunity for improvement, right?
Correct.
And I'll say to them, well, what do you think we could do? And if they can't think of anything, we bring it to the whole team. Because if you've read Marie Farlow's Everything is Figure Outable, everything
Mhm.
is.
Right.
So I love how they have my back, and my clients will even like, yeah, Carissa did this and this and this and this and this. She was up, doing this and this and this. I'm like, I had no idea. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And they just feel
Yeah.
fully supported by them. So it's great.
Oh man, that's amazing. So it's like knowing that you have this time with your creativity and with your family. What are some of the things that you do? Like, what is the upside of having that? You said the creativity and the ability to basically dream
Mm-hmm.
and to look ahead at some things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what else are you able to do?
So this whole house that I live in is a manifestation story. We have a beautiful big home on a lake and, acres and acres of property. And I had put it on my vision board a couple years ago. Shortly after my husband said, would you like to live in this house? We made it happen. We took the action steps to allow it to come to fruition. So, and one of the beautiful things about this property is that I will just leave the phone in the house and I will go on a hike around our lake and I'll walk, through the path with the little wooden bridges. And there's a particular spot that's my favorite, and you hear the creek flowing, and I just get relaxed even talking about it.
I
And,
could tell.
like, the wind, and then sometimes there's some weird animals that I talk to like a crazy person, and
Mhm.
in those times I get like, boom, this solution for this client, boom, this strategy for this client, boom, this new package that they're going to love, and here's exactly how it's going to work. And then um I kind of just wait till my body or whatever says, okay, it's time for you to get up, go back home. And
Yeah.
then I send messages to my team and I say, I'd like to do this and this and this. And they pick it up, they make it happen because they're amazing. And then, for example, today for 2 hours, I was at the gym which has this full service cafe and spa in it and stuff. And before I knew it, I was like, oh shit, it's 6 o'clock. I've got to get home to be on this podcast. So I hurried up and, showered
Right.
and came on here with you.
Right. And but I mean, it's like and I'm saying this for you ladies who are listening, who are entrepreneurs. Listen to how she's saying, in order for you to really figure out some of the things that you need to do to move yourself forward and your business forward, you need to be able to have that quiet time with yourself so that you can think. So those walks are important. That time by yourself is important, and that doesn't even go for business, that goes for life too, right?
Yeah.
Because even when you're trying to, if you're in this transformation phase where you're trying to do better for yourself, how would you know what to do if you're not listening,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're not going in,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we make excuses for it, right, Marta?
Yep.
We make excuses.
Right. I have a book full of excuses, right?
Yeah.
I'm 10 months old. My husband's an entrepreneur. I
Right.
have I have I'm the primary provider for the family.
Mhm.
I have a crazy puppy. My mom had cancer this past year, and I had a miscarriage, and my dad has Alzheimer's. And then this past year with our land development entities, I'm just giving you my laundry list of
Mhm.
excuses
Mhm.
that in the past year I could have been like, I'm out, forget it. But certainly
Absolutely.
during those times I took rest, right? There's a time, Thursdays is the only exception, but there's a time of day that I delete all the apps from my phone, shut down the laptop, it's away in the office. Weekends are off limits because I need that time of rest to be in full production and creativity mode for our clients. I have a marketing agency, and we do online marketing for our clients. And while my team has ideas, those off moments are when my clients know I'm getting some downloads for them.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think you're teaching me something because again, I have that entrepreneur's guilt where on the weekend, for some reason, my body is just saying, and I could tell you the regiment. I get up like 3, 4 in the morning because that's my time, right? And
Mm.
then, I'll roll out my yoga mat. I'll, do my little stretching and everything. And then basically have my coffee, do all this stuff, right? Take long walks and I'll
Mhm.
go get my hair done and everything. And then I'll want to go out. I want to be able to get lunch with friends or do this, but I always feel guilty where I'm like, I should be picking up something for work, right?
Mhm.
But what I found is, and what, triggered me with you is that when I do those things, I'm out working, right? Where I'm looking at people and I'm seeing how they shop and I'm getting color ideas here and I'm seeing what people are doing. And so that download comes, right? So it's like when you believe that you're not doing anything, you're really doing something.
Mhm.
And that is that creativity of giving yourself time to think, to perform, to figure out how you can, make things better in your business. So being a mom and being married and doing all the things that you're doing, when you're balancing your time and your life with your kids, what does that look like? Like, do you do the same where you carve out the family time and that's just it? And then you gotta be a wife and then maybe sometimes a girlfriend and then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. No, there's definitely a schedule. I like you, I used to get up really early, like you at 4 a.m., but I get up at 6 a.m. and then that's when my oldest gets up too, and he doesn't need anything. I just wake him up when I wake up. He's 15.
Yeah.
He's doing his own thing and getting ready for school. And then I have a good half. I will tell you, I set the alarm clock for 5 o'clock every morning. I never actually get up. I get up at 6 a.m. I hit the snooze button. I'm addicted to the snooze button. And I was
Yeah.
actually homeschooling my kids for the past 3 years, and I wasn't using an alarm clock at all. And it was the best thing ever. And the only reason I'm using one is because my kids have to get to school on time.
Yeah.
And then I don't look at my phone at all. The rest of the kids get up at 6:30. I get them off to school, and then by the time I take them to school, the baby wakes up, and I still at this point have not looked at my phone. And I'm taking care. Sometimes I go for a walk with him in the morning, give him a bath, give him breakfast, and then when he takes a nap, 9 a.m. I know I'm like giving you like the details.
No, 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 I'm listening.
9 a.m. is when I look at my phone, and my team can expect to hear from me. And sometimes I break that because it's my own schedule. I can do whatever the heck I want.
Hmm.
But that's typically the thing. He takes a nap in the morning, 9 to about 12. That's when I'm having some meetings, doing my work on my phone. And then when he wakes up, it's me and him, takes another nap again, more meetings. Other kids come home from school, I'm done. So that's except for
Wow.
Thursdays. Thursdays, my husband is dedicated to being with the kids, so I can work till, however long I want to work.
Right, right, right. Okay, so Thursdays is when you do your client work where you meet with your clients and everything?
Yeah, or during those pockets of times when he naps during the week as well. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so Thursdays is basically my only one full day, and sometimes it's not full. Like I was at the gym for 2 hours. Before that, I was at the spa. So,
Yeah.
it's whatever you want to make it. Your life is whatever you want to make it. And I am not a subscriber to, if you want it, it will appear. You do have to take action, but there
Absolutely.
are certain stages in your business when you are in the beginning stage that you've got to do. You've got to act more. You've got to stay in the room for yourself more until you can get to the point where you can build a team. And then in order for you to truly grow your business, you have to let the team do their thing. Because
Mm,
when you get in there and you start micromanaging, you're actually creating a toxic energy, and that keeps them small, and it creates, not a great environment. So you have to trust them to do their thing. And certainly you have to go, you do get to a point where you have enough people on your team that they train new people, and then you're truly just being and leading. And being a leader is letting your team do their thing.
And let's point that out again, ladies. The magic word that she's using is team, meaning that in order for her to be able to get these downloads, you got to be able to trust people to work with you and do what they say that they're going to do, right? And not go and think that you can go ahead and do it yourself because you're going to do it better, right? Was there a time when you first started building your team, you felt like you had to micromanage? Because that's another difficult thing to do too, is when you do start to build a team and you're trying to build trust and you don't fully communicate your vision to your team for them to know what to do, you feel like you got to take it back because you'll do it better, right?
Well, I can confidently say that I wouldn't do it better. I know myself.
I know myself too, but there's a lot of people.
But I do have clients who I'll say, you have got to hire someone to manage your schedule. And they're like, yeah, but they wouldn't know the area, they wouldn't know the mileage, they wouldn't know how to like piece it together, but they would learn. Yeah, but it only takes me 5 minutes every time to reschedule something. And I'm like, but those 5 minutes add up, and you don't realize how much clutter they're adding to your brain. And this is why you're exhausted all the time. So that's something that I work with clients on. But there was definitely a time when I didn't hire a team because I felt if I'm not the one doing the websites and the photos and the photo editing and the graphic design and making the hot dogs, it's not my business. It's
Right.
cheating.
Right.
But it is. I mean, look at all the restaurants we eat at every day. Is the owner of the restaurant the investor? Are they coming and serving your food? Are they in the kitchen? Are they even in the restaurant? No, they're not. I can tell you they're not. And that's how they're able to make the moves that they are to grow their brands. I think of all the stores that you go into. Every business that the gas station, every single business that you go into, the owners aren't there. The founders aren't there, the investors aren't there. They're off building the dream.
Right. And so if for us as women, if a woman decides to work with you to try to get all of this worked out in their life so that they can grow, how or what would that look like for them? Do they go through a certain course first? Is it one-on-one? Is it group sessions? How do you work with your coaching?
I have both group and a one-on-one, and the group is called Made to Thrive, and it is a 6-month program. And I have my team actually is a part of it as well, and it is half mindset, but also half strategy, because it's both. Building your business is both. It's mindset. It's a multitude of things. It's mindset. It's energy work, but not in the sense that probably people think that I mean. And strategy. So they get all of that, and they have me in their back pocket as they're learning everything that we're teaching, to tell them exactly, oh, move this here, do this there. And they have my team as well. And then we have Evolve, which is one-on-one, and it's in the same element, but you kind of get to where you want a lot quicker because you have us one-on-one.
Right.
So it's obviously a higher investment, but it's up to the individual.
Yeah. And I want to talk about that just for a little bit, because like I tell the women here, however fast you want to go, I would want to work with somebody who can help me get to my goals. And whatever that investment is because that person is helping you get there, right? So even if you do group or personalized coaching, whichever it is that makes sense for you in your budget, just know that whatever the investment is, it's an investment in yourself and it's an investment in your business. Because what they don't understand, Marta, is wasting a lot of money trying to figure it out. Right?
And
Like,
energy and time
and the time, the energy, the headaches that you have, where when you get a coach, and this is what I tell them, when you get a coach, they know what to do. The reason why they're there is to help you get to your goal. So they can tell you, this is how you get organized. These are some of the things you need to think about. These are some of the things that you need to do in order to get that new restaurant, that jewelry store, that consulting business, right? So when you look at investment, nothing is high or low, is if you can afford it or not, right? And if you feel like you can't afford it, go get it.
Right. And there's methodology around that too, because sometimes we block ourselves from moving forward because we say it's out of my budget, I can't afford it.
Correct.
But if you open yourself and you shift that, and again, if it's on your heart, it's meant for you. So if you open yourself up and you shift that to, I don't know how I'm going to pay for it, but I want it, so I'm open to how it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
how do we get in touch with your program or find out more about your coaching and everything?
Sure. And I actually had comments just today of women who I helped them get to six figures while being a full-time mom. And I get messages often from clients who say, I mean, I came in it for the money, but the internal peace that I felt when I left your program was priceless. I didn't know that I was going for that. So we've decided that in a few weeks, I actually don't know the exact date.
Okay.
But if you follow me on Instagram, and that is Marta Sauret-Greca, we're changing it to Marta Sauret-Greca actually. So Marta Sauret-Greca, or if you follow me on Facebook, same thing.
Okay.
You're going to be the first to know when we release the dates to six figures while being a full-time mom.
Okay.
This is not necessary. This is mostly for product and service based. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily for network marketing because it's more success. I've had clients actually with network marketing that they started the program at making $500 a month, but then left and they were making $12,000 a month. So it can work for network marketing. But I think that I want to make it clear that this isn't like a network marketing thing.
Right.
It can work for your service-based business. It can work if you have a brick and mortar, or if you whatever. I have what's called the minimalist method. I wrote the best-selling book on it. I'm going to teach it to you for free. Just have to follow me on Instagram, Marta Sauret-Greca, or Facebook, and you'll be the first to know where it's going to be. You'll probably know before I do because the team's going to put it out there.
You sound so much like me, where I'm like, okay, what am I doing? I go to the Instagram and I say, oh, okay, I got an interview tonight. And then I go to the calendar and I'm like, oh, okay. But you know what? And I would just say this before we close, the best thing is really having a team, because like my calendar, I wake up every day and I look at my calendar because it's already there. They're telling me exactly what I'm doing for the day, right?
Yep.
And they're letting me know, okay, well, you got this, this, and this. And I say, okay, well, this is what I'm doing today. And then once we have our meeting, they're like, well, we want to make sure that we are giving, the women value. We're doing what we need to do. Yes, we found Marta, we found this person, and they're great. And we want to be able to, put their stuff out there. And then it's like, here we are, right?
Yeah.
Because the point is that we want to be able to make that connection with other women who have figured it out, right? And you're one of the women who have figured it out. So ladies, again, if this is something that you need, please follow her on Instagram, follow her on Facebook, and take advantage of the services, because you too want to be in a position where you are running your business, you are transforming your life, and you're doing it on your own terms, right? You're doing it on your own terms. So Marta, thank you so much for being here. Please give out your Instagram and your Facebook one more time.
It's Marta Sauret-Greca. I'm sure when you wherever this is, my name is spelled out somewhere, right? Because
Yes.
it's a challenge. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's Marta Sauret-Greca. I won't even tell you what my Instagram is right now because we're changing it. Like right now, it's just my name, and on Facebook as well. Either my personal Facebook or my page or my LinkedIn. Just look up my name on social media. You'll find me, and we'll tell you where to go.
All right, Marta. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.